Good evening. Good evening. It's not on. Good evening. Good evening, General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, Miss Navita, honored guests, parents, teachers, and my fellow students. Welcome to our 16th PYP Indus Day. I'm Ashna.
And I'm Ayan.
We are your hosts for this evening.
We will take you on a journey around the world, exploring interesting stories and characters as we go along. You will witness a variety of cultures through the rich legacy of literature.
Ayan, I know that our guests would want to stay active online even during our show, but mobile phones can disrupt the performances. So maybe we should share a few notes before we begin to ensure that everyone enjoys the show to the fullest.
Good thinking. Kindly turn your mobile phone to silent mode and cameras to flash off mode to avoid interruption to the performances. And we request you to collect your child only at the end of the show from their respective classrooms. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Ashna, let's start the evening with something bright.
Light symbolizes everything that is positive and pure. To light an oil lamp is symbolic of inviting positivity and happiness into our midst. We request General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, and Miss Navita to light the lamp.
Good evening, everyone. You must be wondering what happened to Ashna and Diane. Don't worry, they're safe and sound backstage. I am Raza.
And I'm Margot. We are also your hosts for this evening, and all four of us will take turns keeping you company through this splendid evening.
Where the mind is without fear is a famous poem by one of the greatest poets in the world, Nobel laureate Sri Rabindranath Tagore, that reminds us of the limitless potential within every one of us.
This song has become a part of the Indus identity and never fails to inspire us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Ria Pinto and Srihari Nandan to present this beautiful poem.
मन को मेरे बाप करम जहाँपन पे उस मुक्ति के स्वर्ग में ले चल प्रभु मेरे पिता मेरे let my country मेरे देश को let my country मेरे देश को जागृत कर
A lovely rendition indeed. This song always lifts our spirits.
Our principal has led our school to success with a powerful thinking and vision for the future, a pillar of strength, a mentor, and a champion of whole education. With great pride, we call upon Mrs. Sarojini Rao to share her thoughts with us.
General Ray, Mrs. Sharma, Mrs. Ataluri, parents, teachers, and dear students. Good evening, and welcome to an evening of celebration. Indus believes in the philosophy of whole education, which is about unlocking human potential. Their potential were right behind the stage. And how do we unlock this potential? In 2007, Carol Dweck, the world-renowned professor, psychologist from Stanford University, came up with a concept called the growth mindset. And she and her colleagues conducted several experiments, and one of them was on middle school children who had just moved from the primary. And she noticed that these students had a very fixed mindset. And her experiment with these students was to improve their performance in mathematics. So when she spoke to them, they had negative explanations for their performance in math. Some of them said the teachers are bad, we are stupid, middle school is too difficult, I hate math, and things like that. So Dweck and her colleagues set up two groups as part of their experiment, control and experimental groups. The control group was taught generic study skills, and the experimental group was taught growth mindset type of skills. So what does that entail? In the growth mindset, the students were put through a training of 8 weeks of 2 hours every day with brain like a muzzle kind of activities. And the results were astonishing. The experimental group made dramatic transformations in math compared to the other group. And what was even more interesting was that the experimental group had developed a very different kind of an attitude. They were positive, they were problem solvers, they had very high self-esteem compared to the control group. So they came to a conclusion that the control group were prepared for math, whereas the experimental group was prepared for life. So basically this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is a part of a process to showcase how we have been nurturing the whole aspect of growth mindset in our students. And we do this through our various programs, such as working with the leadership curriculum, the design thinking process, the power of hands, community service, deep reading, and most importantly, nurturing the concept of tikkun ulam, which is about giving a personal vision to each child to heal the world, to children as young as our 3-year-olds. And that is our whole concept of leadership and transformation. Before I leave, I would like to congratulate Mrs. Navita Kishan, and all teachers of PYP and the specialists for working so beautifully and tirelessly throughout the year. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Intricate movements.
Dim dirana da 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 ni na da dim.
Dim dirana da 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 ni na tre dim. Na tre da ni dom tre da ni da ka dim.
Dirana da 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 ni na da dim. Na da da ni dom da ni da ka dim. Dirana da 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 ni na da ni dim. Na da da ni dom da ni da ka dim. Dirana da 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 ni na da ni dim. Na da ni dom da ni da ka dim.
Dim dirana da 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 ni na tre dim. Na tre dim.
Na da dim. Sadim dirana tana na 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 sani dani bari. Sadim dirana tana na 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 sani dani bari. Janu taga tadim dirana tana na 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 sani dani bari. Janu taga
Kamari sa tad dit tlang dom. Rida ni ban dit tlang dom. Kamari sa tlang dom.
Kamarisa
Tad dit tlang dom.
nidani pa
Dit tlang dom.
kamarisa.
Tlang dom.
Dim dirana da 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 ni nadar dani dim. Nadar dani dom dani da ka dim. Dirana da 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 ni nadar dim. Nadar dim. Nadar dim. Mandasavadana sundara Mandasavadana sundara Mandasavadana sundara Sarojatalanayana
Mandakazavadana sundara
Sarojatalanayana Kundaradana gopika manora yamuna tira vihari
Janu daga
Tadim dirana tana na 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 sani dani pari. Kamarisa tadit trangdom nidani badit trangdom. Kamarisa trangdom kamarisa
tad dit tlang dom.
nidani pa
Dit tlang dom.
kamarisa.
Tlang dom.
Dim dirana da 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 ni na da da ni dim. Da 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 ni dom da da ni da da dim. Dirana da 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 ni na da dim. Na da dim. Na da dim.
That was a mesmerizing performance.
I agree with you, Ashna. Lieutenant General Arjun Ray CEO and Managing Director of the Indus Trust, a leader and a radical thinker who believes that each one of us can create a better world by taking action close to home. Under his guidance, we learn the skills that will help us face an uncertain future. With confidence, we invite you, sir, to address the gathering.
Mrs. Sarojini Rao, our principal, Mrs. Sharma, and Mrs. Shanti Ataluri, our chairman and co-chairman of our PSC, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great opportunity for me to communicate directly with you. And in these days where we're all on the fast track, I would not miss out on such an opportunity which does not come every day. And unlike the teachers who are in contact with your children every hour, every day. Today I will share with you two realizations or lessons amongst the many that I have learned in my military career, which spanned 38 years and which culminated with the command of the Corps in North Kashmir, and 18 years at Indus. That makes a total of 56. These two realizations have a direct impact, I feel, on parents and children and education. Both are interconnected. They are interconnected by purpose that gives meaning to our life, that gives meaning to our work, hope. Parents and leaders and teachers are messengers of hope, innovation, and more than anything else, an early start. We have to start this exercise, this maneuver, as early as possible in the life of a child. I believe that these are leadership solutions to give your child a fulfilling, satisfying future, a future and competencies that go along with this future that will enable them to deal with not only VUCA, which is about volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity, and the global challenges that we face today. These global challenges are at our doorstep. The wolf is there. And we can't be saying that when a thief is plunging a dagger into your heart, that I'll pull your coattails. We have to do something about it now. These global challenges, which I talked to you about, are already sowing the seeds of World War III. World War III is not going to be a gigantic clash between great armies on the globe. World War IIIs are what is happening in the world, or has been happening in the world in the last 10 to 15 years. So we are seeing climate change, migration, the clash between man and nature, poverty, illiteracy, and rising inequalities. In our country, as I speak today, 10%, the top 10% in India owns 77% of this country's wealth. This to me should be a wake-up call for educationists, parents, and teachers, that how we can close this gap. And the second realization, which I'm very angry about, I'm extremely angry and disturbed, that most of us do not realize the immense potential a child has got. You have no idea of how much potential your child has got. Today, this is my personal view, that we older lot seem to be failing. The head has definitely failed, the heart is failing, and only the power of our mind, our philosophical mind, our spiritual mind can rescue us. There does not seem to be any alternative. We are so caught up on our mundane life, education, holidays, design thinking, homework assignments, career, college placements, that we are losing sight of the big future. We are losing sight of the future of our child. Everything is changing. Obsolescence is written in this clear blue sky. Jobs. Children who are today in grade 1, when they pass out in grade 12, 42% of the jobs will be obsolete. What are we talking about? Knowledge is becoming obsolete. Technology is becoming obsolete. We are on an escalator. We can't get off. The rate of acceleration and the rate of change is awesome. Therefore, we have to think of a different model of parenting. We have to think of a different model of teaching and bringing up children. I feel the 21st century will belong to children. And I say this with all the scientific evidence at my call. I'm talking science. I'm not talking fiction. I'm not talking faction. I'm talking science. We require in this world idealism. In fact, today the word idealism seems to be a dirty word. In a world driven by market forces, we talk about winning, we talk about quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, about profits. The only thing that can rescue the world today is idealism. What is wrong with idealism? Are values wrong? To be altruistic, is it wrong? To have a positive world of the world, a view of the world, is it wrong? To strive for excellence, is it wrong? That is what idealism is all about. Is it wrong to tell our children that any means are okay as long as the end is achieved, instead of saying the end must justify the means? Is it wrong? If they are not wrong, we need idealism. And children have more idealism than adults. To the extent that a study which has just been concluded in the Cambridge University in the UK has recommended that the voting age should be reduced to 6. These children whom we think are dumb are more discerning. Who should run this country? Bring me any child. Please come. Please send this girl to me. Your child. Please bring her here. Come, child, come here. Come and stand on this. Yeah, come. Don't feel shy. Any other kid over here? Any volunteer kid? Yeah. This little boy there, between you two. Yeah, come. Any child volunteer? We got child soldiers. We have any child volunteer here? Who's coming? Good. Can you climb on this table? Come and climb on this table. What is the difference between this boy and all of us? Don't go by his height, don't go by his size. He has got distinct advantages over all of us. His DNA, given by his God or spiritual or whatever he considers as God or energy, he has got a distinct advantage over all of us. He's moral. He has moral imagination. He knows what is right and what is wrong. He is value-driven, he is concept-driven. He is a philosophical baby. He has a philosophical mind. He has a scientific approach to life. He is empathetic. He is creative. But as he grows up in life, from 98% creativity, by the time he becomes adults like us, his creativity has dropped to 2%. If a child is not innovative in today's world, she or he has no hope in hell or heaven to survive. She will or he will have no political value, no economic value, and will be member of a useless class. He is creative, 98%. Imagine a child starts his life with 98% and he ends up with 2%. What an irony of history. Thank you, sir. Jump. So what should we do? The older lot. Parents, grandparents, teachers, General Ray, everybody put together. I think we have to rid of our patriarchal attitude. Our patriarchal attitude which says that children are not capable of independent thought. So those amongst you who are teachers will recall the great celebrated Jean Piaget, who everybody quotes along, and he is the man who has done, I think, to me, the maximum damage to education. He has said that children cannot think independently. Science has proved him wrong. Yet, we pursue Jean Piaget in class and we quote him in workshops and conferences and seminars. We must treat children as equals. We must stop mollycoddling and this childish prattle and pulling their cheeks and saying all that la-la land talk. In today's world, parents and grandparents and guys like me must go beyond this whole concept of careers. Because the careers which you are planning for your child is not going to happen. And even if it happens, it will happen in such a distorted shape that it's as good as something new happening over there. So this mentality of doctor banega, engineer banega, I'm going to be a journalist, I'm going to be a lawyer, they're all going to change by the time your kid grows up. It's already started to happen in a very big way. I think the greatest gift a parent can give to a child is to give the child a purpose and a vision. Without a vision, our children will perish. Period. It's easy to give a purpose to a child because the child does not have any psychological baggage. We are all messed up and complex in our head. They are not. They're innocent. They're divine. We are also divine. They are more divine. The kingdom of God is more within them than us. They have a clear view of life. They know where they are going. We are confused. It is this vision which will enable them to make a difference in the world. And I say this with whatever power I have at my hand. We talk of work-life balance. It's an outdated concept. We must now talk of life-life balance. I say to you, I am life. What will you give me? You'll give me money, you'll give me promotion, you'll give me incentives, you'll give me jobs, you'll give me property, you'll give me jewelry. We have to ask the question, what will I give to life? We need to define what life means to us. If life means not only taking, but to give to other people, what we can give to life, I think that is the secret sauce of education. If education cannot decide that, we have failed. This is philosophy. This is spiritualism. This is godliness. This is being a good human being. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you all have your mobile phones with you. May I request you to go to Google? Can you please open your mobile phones and go to Google? This is serious stuff I'm talking about. This table has been put here not for a special purpose. Type in the name Lizzie Priya. L-I-C-Y-P-R-I-Y-A. Can any parent read out what's on our Google or his Google? Yes, sir. You are the closest to me. What does Google say? Give him a mic.
So, sir, it says Lizzie Priya Kangujam
Yes.
is a child environmental activist from India. In 2019, she was awarded the World Citizens Peace Prize, the India Peace Prize, and the APJ Abdul Kalam Children's Award.
She is India's Greta Thunberg, and she's here, gentlemen. Please give her a clap.
Oh. Thank you for that.
She's 8 years old, and she started her mission age of 7 by demonstrating in front of the Indian Parliament. She used to fly every week from Bhubaneswar to Delhi and back. She's 8 years old. How many 8 years old can do that? Her father, Dr. K.K. Singh. Come, welcome. Come. No, come. Help you there. Come. Can you climb up there? I'll help you. Good. Give her a mic. Dr. K.K. Singh, her father, is a great youth leader from Manipur.
No.
He is the one who has given this child a vision. And she has a vision at the age of 7. I see no reason why we can't do it. I'm going to demonstrate it to her. This girl is now going next week. She's been invited by the United Nations to address the Climate Change Convention.
Thank you.
All yours. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I can't hear your voice. Can you tell little? Good evening. Okay, thank you. Kurumjari. My name is Lizzie Firkin, and I'm 8 years old. I'm an Indian climate activist, and I'm the founder of Jam Movement. And also, I'm a green activist too. I thank you all for being here. And also, thank you, Indus International School, for inviting me here. Tomorrow, I have to leave for one United Nations, COP25 in Madrid, Spain. I'm coming all the way, thousands of kilometers by rising funds to tell you elders that you must change your way of thinking. Come here today. I have my hidden agenda. I'm fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. At Parliament House, I'm standing
And I'm telling to Mr. Modi and our MPs to pass the climate change law as soon as possible from people to action. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I'm here to speak for my generations and all the generations to come. I'm here to speak on the behalf of the starving children around the world who cries and go unheard. I'm here to speak for the countless animals dying on this planet because they have nowhere to go. I'm afraid to go to the sun now because there is a hole in our ozone. And I'm afraid to breathe air because I don't know what chemicals are on it. Despite technological advancement, still people are dying because of weather disaster and lack of awareness. I get scared when on television I see people suffering and dying because of earthquake, flood, landslide, etc. My heart feels sorrow for people who cannot help themselves when disasters strike. I cry when I see children losing their parents or people becoming homeless due to danger of disaster. My country has many disasters like earthquake, flood, landslide, etc. But I know there are millions of brave people who have came to lend their hands with courage to save those in need. I get very happy when I see rescuers saving children and their parents from dangers. Why should I come here? And why should I speak here? I have to go to my school. I have to read my books. I have to play. I have to study. But our leaders have ruined our childhood life and our beautiful future. You can just see in Arctic and in Himalayas how ice are melting and sea levels are increasing and our earth is becoming very hot. And I'm worried about the future and we are losing more species of animal than ever before. And also you can just see in Delhi how air pollution is too dangerous and even children can't go outside from their home. And government announced that there would be holidays for 3 days and again for 5 days. But this is not the solution. Government are busy in blaming each other instead of finding a long-term solution. Government are just telling a speech. They are not doing any action. I want the government to do more action. Otherwise, our future would be dying soon. They must act now. This is the right to breathe the fresh air. This is the right to save our planet and our future. That's why I've developed one device called Sukifu. Sukifu means survival kit for the future. My device and me want to send a strong message about the environmental depletion and resilience to the whole world. My device Sukifu wants to question our planet, unknown future, and environmental degradation. And it will also keep attention to the world leaders, scientists, experts, polluters control board who are responsible for our safe future. This device will also give fresh air to our lungs, and it will also save our health from the high air pollution. And also, please don't cut trees. Trees give us oxygen. If you cut all down the trees, then how we can breathe the air? We would die. So please plant more trees. If you cut one tree, you have to grow 100 of trees. And also don't throw garbage or plastics on oceans, seas, rivers, or in streets, or in anywhere else. Animals are dying because of plastics. So let's promise that we will not use single use of plastic. I'm only a child yet, but I know all the money spent on war if we spent on finding environmental answers, ending poverty, and giving education, then what a wonderful places Earth would be. And I know this is the reason why today, in this international school, invited me here in this beautiful campus From the bottom of my heart, together with the children and youth of the world, I urge you to join your hands and your minds and your patience to create a better world for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that stimulating address. At Indus, we practice deep reading to enhance our understanding. It helps us reflect on what we read and apply those thoughts in our lives. We now present a collection of student views on deep reading.
I think deep reading is reading more slowly and thoughtfully. To me, deep reading is like finding the light at the end of the tunnel. See if the writing actually has a different meaning than what you actually think. Deep reading to me is like doing an operation on a book. It's when you go deep and understand the concepts of a book and apply them in your real life.
Whenever you're doing deep reading, your brain creates multifunctional neural pathways.
Deep reading helps us improve our dialectical thinking skills while looking at new perspectives through the book. And through that, you can identify new problems in our surroundings, which can help us solve new problems that we face. Deep reading is when you read deeply, learn life lessons, and understand the author's purpose of writing the book. Deep reading and normal reading are different. Normal reading is just like watching TV, where you do it mindlessly. Deep reading requires lots of concentration and focus. Deep reading is like looking at the painting of colorful thoughts. It helps me be thoughtful and gives me knowledge and awareness and my own perspective about life and things around me. Deep reading helps me to expand my imagination and creativity. In a sense, I can say deep reading is building my personality by creating sense of who I am and who I want to be.
We inculcate the habit of reading in our students in different ways. We have regular guided reading sessions, assigned reading time, and RAS skills. Students read and reflect on the book. They identify the implicit concepts, and every child identifies a different concept. They analyze the big ideas and raise questions through various perspectives and justify their stance in many ways. Students are encouraged to apply these concepts in their lives and observe the impact on their actions.
When I read the book Wailing Won't Work, I learned that I should not wail about things and be greedy. Deep reading is when you think and read at the same time. There's a book called Isha, somebody called Raymond. He tries and tries and tries to draw. Finally, he learns. Similarly, I try to do backstroke. I practice and practice and practice till I learn how to do backstroke. I have read the Last Tree in the City. I learned from this book that if I have a dull life, I have the power to change it.
positive and colorful. I read a book called Harry Potter, and that taught me that resilience is the key to success. When I grow up, I want to become a world famous athlete. I've been practicing resiliently, which helped me win the individual championship.
I read a book called Same, Same But Different, and it talks about accepting people no matter who they are. Now I look at people for who they are on the inside, but not who they are on the outside, and I've made many more friends because of that.
I read a book by Annette Blyton called The Naughtiest Girl, and from that, I realized that if you respect others, you earn respect. Michelle Obama always stayed on the positive side when she had a problem. That influenced me to be more of a positive person than be a negative person.
I read the book Wander, and from that I learned to accept people for who they are. It's made me a more open-minded person who doesn't judge others.
I read this book called The Giving Tree, and and from it I learned that giving others makes me happy. Similarly, I help my siblings and my parents. I take care of them and I make sure that they are happy. At the same time, I feel happy too.
Indeed, deep reading helps us become more reflective and think from various perspectives. Our head of school challenges us and is known for her tough love to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. She is a true believer in the core values of her school. We now invite Ms. Navita Kishan to share her thoughts with us.
Good evening, General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Ms. Aditi, parents, teachers, and of course, students. We welcome you to our 16th PYP Indus Day celebrations. It's a beautiful evening, isn't it? The rain gods showed us mercy yesterday. We hope the generosity continues today as well. Quintilian says that we must form our minds by reading deep rather than wide. Regular deep reading sessions, supported with active discussion and reflection in the PYP classrooms, has encouraged our students to become perspective thinkers, critical analysts, and also help them really reflect deeper on how they're applying these concepts into their life. So please, oh please, we beg, we pray, go throw that TV set away and instead install a lovely bookshelf. This is aptly quoted by Roald Dahl. I guess it's very, very relevant and applicable to our phones, iPads, and laptops as well. I don't think I need to further elaborate on the concept of deep reading. Our young eagles have really articulately explained that in the video. Leadership through deep reading is therefore a fitting theme that underpins our Indus Day. This year, we have identified literature that reflects a school's core values of, as you can see, love, empathy, respect, and discipline. Today's plays will take you through a journey into ancient China, England, and India. Mulan is a story of a young girl who fights to gain respect for women in a patriarchal Chinese society. Sword in Stone is a fitting tale highlighting how discipline and empathy were the cornerstones of the most celebrated ruler of England, King Arthur. And a legend, Panadhai, a nursemaid from Rajasthan, who is revered even now for her sacrifice. She sacrificed her son for the prince. A selfless act of love, the purest form. I would like to use this opportunity to thank each one of you who have helped put this extravaganza together. My heartfelt gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Navita. Ayan, do you think that it's time to begin the plays now?
Yes, Let us start with grade 3, who will present the story of Mulan, a young girl from ancient China who earned respect for women in her culture through her actions. Women.
Awesome! Prepare yourself to be taken eastward to watch the tale of brave, courageous Mulan, who went into battle in place of her elderly father.
Many years ago, in China, there was a legend about a young girl who joined the army. Many in her village thought she's disrespectful because she would not consider the expectations of others.
But was she really disrespectful? Her story began with the invasion of the Huns.
Your Majesty, the Huns have crossed our northern border.
Impossible! No one can get through our great wall.
Shan Yu is leading them. Will set up defenses around your palace immediately.
No. Send your troops to protect my people, Shifu.
Yes, Your Highness.
Send notices to all provinces. Call reserves and as many new recruits as possible.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I believe my troops can stop him.
I won't take any chances, General.
And in the province where Mulan lived with her family,
everyone was praying.
Honorable ancestors, please help Mulan impress the matchmaker today. Please help her. Father, I brought you some of
Mulan.
Remember the doctor said 3 cups of tea in the morning and 3 at night.
Mulan, you should already be in town. We're counting on you.
To uphold the family honor, don't worry, Father. I won't let you down. Wish me luck.
Hurry! I'm going to pray some more.
Of all days to be late, I should have prayed to the ancestors for luck.
How lucky can they be? They're dead. Besides, I've got all the luck we'll need.
I'm here. What? But Mama, I had to.
None of your excuses. Now let's get you cleaned up.
This is what you give me to work with. Well, honey, I've seen words. We are gonna turn this soldier into a sailor.
It's freezing. It would have been warm if you're here on time.
We'll have you washed and dried, crimped and polished till you glow with pride. Trust my recipe for instant pride. You bring honor to us all. Wait and see once we're true. Boys will gladly go to war for you. With good fortune and a great hairdo, you bring honor to us all.
And sisters, hear my plea. Help me not to make a fool of Nobody understands her. She has bigger dreams and aspirations to fulfill.
What beautiful blossoms we have this year. But look, this one's late. I bet when it blooms, it'll become the most beautiful of all.
What is it? Mulan, stay inside. Citizens, I bring a proclamation from the imperial city. The Huns have invaded China. By the order of the emperor, one man from every family must join in the imperial army. The Yi family.
I will serve the emperor in my father's place.
The Fa family.
No.
I'm ready to serve the emperor.
Father, you can't go.
Mulan.
Please, sir, my father has already fought for... Silence! You will do well to teach your daughter how to respect others.
Mulan, you dishonor me.
Report tomorrow at Mushan camp.
Yes, sir.
You shouldn't have to go. Mulan, there are plenty of young men to fight for China.
It is an honor to protect my country and my family.
So you'll die for honor?
I will die doing what's right.
But if you...
I know my place. It's time you learned yours.
Mulan is gone!
What? It can't be! Mulan, no!
You must go after. She could be killed.
If I reveal her, she will be.
Ancestors, hear our prayers. Watch over Mulan.
Mushu, awaken! I live, so tell me what mortal needs my protection, great ancestor. You just say the word and I'm there.
Mushu, these are the family guardians. They
protect the family.
And you, O demoted one.
I wake them up.
That's right. Now wake up the ancestors.
One family reunion coming right up. Okay, people, look alive. Let's go. Come on, get up. Rise and shine. Yahweh past the beauty suit thing.
I knew it. I knew it. That Mulan was a troublemaker from the start.
Don't look at me. She gets it from yours and family.
She's just trying to help her father. But if she's coward, Fars will be forever shamed. This horror will come to the family. Not to mention they lose the farm. My children never cause such trouble, and this girl does not respect anybody. Let the guardian bring her back.
Yes, awaken the most cunning.
No, the swiftest. Now send the wisest.
Silence! We will be sending the most powerful of all.
Okay, I get the drift. I'll go. Well, y'all don't think I can do it?
You had your chance to protect the Fa family.
Your misguidance led Fa Tang to disaster.
The point is, we will be sending a real dragon to retrieve Mulan.
What? I am a real dragon.
You're not even worthy of its thought.
Just one chance. Is that too much to ask?
Oh, all right, go. The fate of the Fa family rests in your claws.
Don't even worry about it. I won't lose face.
Excuse me, where do I sign in? Ah, I see you have a sword. I have one too. They are very manly and strong. Oh, who am I fooling? It would take a miracle to get in the army.
Did I hear someone ask for a miracle? Get ready, Mulan, for I've been sent by our ancestors to guide you through masquerade.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I? I'm the guardian of lost souls. I'm the powerful, the pleasurable, the indestructible Mushu.
My ancestors sent me a little lizard to help me.
Hey, dragon, not a lizard.
And you are,
intimidating, awe-inspiring.
Tiny.
Of course, I am troll-sized for your convenience, but my powers are beyond your mortal imagination. For instance, my eyes can see straight through your armor. All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on...
Stop. I'm sorry. I'm just nervous. I've never done this before.
Then you're gonna have to trust me. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, time to show them your man walk. Shoulders back, chest high, feet apart, head up and strut. 2, 3, break that bone. 2, 3, and work it.
At the camp, General Lee with his men come up with a strategy to save the kingdom from the invasion.
The Huns have struck here, and here. I will take the main troops up to the Tangcha Pass and stop Shan Yu before he destroys this whole village.
Excellent strategy, sir. I do love surprises.
You will stay and train the new recruits. When Chifu believes you're ready, you will join us, Captain.
Oh, this is an enormous responsibility, General. Perhaps a soldier with a bit more experience.
Number 1 in his class. Extensive knowledge of training techniques and impressive military lineage. I think Li Shang will do an excellent job.
Oh, I will. I won't let you down.
Very good then. We'll toast China's victory at the Imperial City. I'll expect a full report in 3 weeks.
And believe me, I won't leave anything out. Day 1. Soldiers, I don't need anyone causing trouble in my camp.
Sorry. Sorry. You had to say that, but you know how it is with us men.
What's your name? Your commanding officer just asked you a question.
I've got a name, and it's a boy's name too.
Ling. How about Ling?
His name is Ling.
I didn't ask for his name. I asked for yours.
Achoo.
Achoo?
Achoo?
Mushu?
Mushu?
No.
Then what is it?
Ping. Ping's my best friend growing up.
It's Ping.
Ping.
Yes, my name is Ping.
Let me see your conscription notice. Fazu? The Fazu?
He doesn't talk about me much.
I can see why. The boy's an absolute lunatic. Okay, gentlemen. Thanks to your new friend Ping, you'll spend tonight picking up every single grain of rice. Tomorrow, the real work begins.
You know we have to work on your people skills.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hun. before we're through. Mister, I'll make a man out of you. Tranquil as a forest, but on fire within. Once you find your center, you are sure to win. You must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Time is racing toward us till the Huns arrive. Heed my every order, and you might survive. You're unsuited for the rage of war, so pack up, go home, you're through. How could I make a man out of you? You must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Mushu, so how's Mulan doing? How do you think with my guidance? She's doing great, of course. She's acing her class and she's topping everything.
Good to know. Good to know. What do you see?
Black pine from the high mountain, white horsehair, imperial stallions.
Sulfur from candles. No, this doll came from a village in the Tangsho Pass, where the Imperial Army is waiting.
We can avoid them easily.
It is not that simple. The quickest way to the Emperor is through that pass. Besides, the little girl will be missing her doll. We should return it to her.
At the camp, Chifu and Shang debate about the preparedness of the troops. Chifu thinks that they are not trained enough, but Shang knows and believes in his army. An urgent message reaches them from the general saying that they are needed at the front line for battle. They set off on their journey to help their soldiers at war.
I told you she will never bring honor to the family.
It is a shame, but she did it to save her father.
Yes, I agree.
We must forgive her.
She has indeed done us proud. Respect. Nothing is more important than respecting self and others. It is a core value that all of us should have within us. However, unfortunately, respect for women was not important in my village. I had to do something about it. Why are men always the strongest and the bravest? Women can do the same things as men. This was my fight. Not against the Huns, but it was against the inequality in my village. I am proud to be a girl.
That was amazing, Margot. Did you see how Mulan changed the perception of women's role in society?
Yes, I admire how she took action to make sure that women are treated with dignity and respect. I truly enjoyed watching the energetic dance performance as well. I think grade 3 did a fabulous job, don't you?
100%. Moving on, our next act is an adaptation of T.H. White's children's novel, Sword in the Stone. Grade 4 will present this story to showcase Arthur's journey from being an ordinary child to one of England's greatest rulers.
I can't wait to see how this story transports us into the dark ages. Let us begin.
A legend is sung of when England was young, and knights were brave and bold. The good king had died, and no one could decide who was rightful heir to the throne. It seemed that the land would be torn by war, or saved by a miracle alone. And that miracle appeared in London town. The sword in the stone.
And below the hilt, in letters of gold, were written these words: Whoso pulleth out this sword of the stone and anvil is the rightwise born king of England. Though many tried for the sword with all their strength, no one could move the sword nor stir it. So the miracle had not worked.
And England was still without a king, and in time the marvelous sword was forgotten. This was a dark age, without law and without order. Men lived in fear of one another, for the strong preyed upon the weak.
A dark age indeed. No plumbing, no electricity, no nothing. One big medieval mess. Now, let me see. I'd say he should be here in about half an hour. Who? I'd like to know who. I told you, Archimedes. I am not sure. All I know is that someone will be coming. Someone very important. Oh, pin feathers! Fate will direct him to me, so that I, in turn, may guide him to his rightful place in the world.
And you say he'll arrive in half an hour? Well, we'll just see about that.
And you will, Archimedes, you will. He'll be a young boy.
It so happened that Kay had come to the forest to hunt. His foster brother Arthur tagged along just to make Kay miss his mark and lose his arrow.
Arthur goes deeper into the forest to recover the arrow.
There it is. Oh!
So you did bump in after all. Oh, you're a bit late, you know.
I am?
Yes. My name is Merlin. Who are you, my lad?
My name's Arthur, but everybody calls me Wart. What a perfect stuffed owl. Stuffed? I beg your pardon? He's alive, and he talks, and certainly a great deal better than you do.
Oh, come, Archimedes. I want you to meet the wart. You must forgive him.
I'm sorry that I...
That's all right. He's much too sensitive.
Sensitive? Who? What?
Oh, well.
How did you know that I was...
coming by? Well, I happen to be a wizard, a soothsayer. I have the power to see into the future.
You mean you can see everything before it happens?
No, well, not everything. Now, would you care for sugar?
Oh, yes, I would please.
All right, then. Sugar! Sugar! Manners, guess first. You know that.
Thank you.
Have you had any schooling?
Oh, yes. I'm training to be a squire. I'm learning the rules of combat and swordsmanship.
Yes. Very good. But I mean a real education. Mathematics, history, natural science, English. Stop! Now you can't grow up without a decent education, boy.
I suppose not, Sir Merlin.
So I am going to be your tutor.
But I have to get back to the castle. They'll want me in the kitchen.
All right, then. We'll pack and be on our way. You watch now. You'll like this.
Higitus, figitus, zumbaka, zing. We want your attention, everything. You're packing to leave. Come on, let's go. No, not you. Books are always first, you know.
Ha ha! What a way to pack! How else would you get all this stuff packed, I'd like to know? I think it's wonderful. Knowledge, wisdom, discipline. There's the real power. You've got to plan for the future, boy. You've got to find a direction. Which direction is this castle of yours?
The other way?
All right then. Come on, boy. We've got to get a move on. Come on, boy. Pick up the pace. Pick it up.
No business letting him go, barging off in that infernal forest alone.
Look, Dad, I'm not the watch keeper.
Being his foster father, I'm responsible. Hey, Walt, what's the big idea of worrying the living daylights out of everybody?
I'm sorry, sir.
Well, sorry is not enough. That's 4 demerits. 4 hours of extra kitchen duty.
But, sir, I'd like you to meet.
Go on. We need to keep it tight. Need strict rules, especially for small boys.
And I most certainly agree.
Who are you? And you?
My name's Merlin, and this is Archimedes, a highly educated owl.
Educated owl? Say, that's a good one. You got him under a spell, Marvin.
The name's Merlin, and I happen to be the world's most powerful wizard.
Come off it, man.
All right, I shall demonstrate. Higgit is, make it mo. Do your thing, don't make me show.
Hey, lad, did you see that?
So what?
All right, Marvin, I'm convinced.
Alakazam.
I hope you don't go in for any of that black magic.
No, my magic is used mainly for educational purposes. In fact, that's why I'm here. I've come to educate the world.
Oh, no, you don't. And if you think you're going to fill with my schedule, you better pack up and be gone.
Hey! Good riddance. I'm gone, but then I'm not gone. You can never be sure that I'm gone, can you?
Oh, you got me there, Marvin. You win. You're welcome to stay if you like.
Thank you. You're very kind.
All we can offer is room and board. Hard times, you know. That's the guest room.
Marvin. Guest room? More like unwelcome guest room. But I'm sticking it out. I say we go back to the woods. No, not in your life. The boy's got to have an education. He has a future.
Well, you may be right.
If he has a future.
Why, it's Pelinol, dash it all.
Archimedes, would you? Not interested. I'll turn you into a human. Works like magic every time.
Pelinor, greetings, old boy. What's the news from London?
Big news, actor. Really big news.
Let's hear all about it.
They're having a big tournament New Year's Day. But actor, here's where all the excitement comes in. The winner of this tournament gets the crown.
You mean he'll be the king of all England?
Yes, the king of all England.
Hey, kid, did you hear that?
Pretty fair prize, I'd say.
Yes, with a bit of training, you can win it, boy. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
Wart! How do you like to go to London? If you stick to your duties, you can be case squire.
Oh, I will, sir. I will.
Oh, I don't want the word for my squire.
Here's to London, and here's to Sir Kay, and here's to the King of all England. Cheers!
Sir Hector did not want to waste any time. Case training started immediately.
It was Arthur who seemed to be doing more work than Kay, though.
Charge! Wait forward, lean into him. Steady, boy, steady. No. Heads up. Tight grip on the lance. Loosen the saddle. Knees in tight.
It's not a mere matter of muscle, Kay.
Jousting is a fine skill. It's a highly developed science.
Science indeed.
And the war's just as hot for it as the rest of them.
The boy's got lots of spirit. Throws himself heart and soul into everything he does. That's really worth something, if we can only be turned into the right direction.
Arthur worked very hard. It was a shame that his foster family did not have any empathy on the poor boy.
Later that day, when Arthur managed to get some free time, Merlin started his first lesson.
I'd give anything to go riding about on the great white charger, slaying dragons and griffins and man-eating giants.
Well, won't you?
Oh no, you see, I'm an orphan, and a knight must be a proper birth. I only hope I'm able to become a squire. That's a big job too, you know?
Indeed, yes. And sometimes you need to use your imagination and your brain for a change.
I've got to go. Thank you, Merlin. It was so much fun.
Wart, where are you? Wart!
I'm coming.
Why were you late?
Oh, Merlin was teaching me about what makes the world go round.
What? The world goes round? Haha, that's 3 demerits for being late and 3 more for listening to a whole bunch of nonsense. Now, clean up the kitchen.
Ha ha ha. I told you the word was loony.
Oh, it's you, Merlin. Sir?
Yes, my lad. Now, shall we continue the education?
Oh no, I've already got 60 merits and all this work to do.
What a mess. What a medieval model. We'll have to modernize it. Start an assembly line system. A 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4.
Higitus, figitus, migitus, mum. Skitunde, bitunde, batunde, dum.
We're going to work. Come on, let's go. We need to form an assembly line, you know.
Hoppity, poppity, woppity, whack. Abracadabra, dabra, shrink in size very small. We got to save enough room for all. Higitus, figitus, migitus, mum. Prestidigitonia. Alicofes, malacoses, malacores, periquides. Diminish, dictionary, the words in your vocabulary.
Now, you're getting too rough. That old tea set's cracked enough. Where was I, boy?
Pockety, pockety.
Hoppity, poppity, woppity, whack. That's the way we have to rap. Digitus, figitus, migitus, mum. Prestidigitonia.
But I'm supposed to do it.
No one will know the difference, son. Who cares as long as the work gets done? Come on, son, come on. Now, do you know what gravity is?
Oh, Sir Actor, the kitchen.
Hold it, son, hold it.
Black magic all over the place.
What?
The kitchen, it's under an evil spell.
Huh?
It's bewitched.
Oh, I bet it's that old goat Marvin. Come on, son. I knew he'd give us trouble. Come on, Kay. Kay! Now what have we here? Alakazam! Oh, there you are, you old goat. Well, what do you got to say for yourself for this work of evil, huh? You call cleaning up a work of evil? There's nothing wrong in... I'll decide what's right and wrong around here. Besides, that's the Wart's job, one of his duties. Now, look here, Wart. If you want to make that trip to London, you better toe the mark.
If I ever catch in my kitchen,
Madam, you won't.
Oh dear.
Well, by Jove, we ought to run the old man right out of this castle.
Oh, no, Kay. He might cast an evil spell on the lot of us.
There's no telling what the old man might do.
Oh, Merlin's not bad. He's good. And his magic's good too.
Now look here, Wart.
Dad, that's 3 demerits. Just because you can't understand something, it doesn't mean it's wrong.
10 more demerits. You have said a plenty, boy. From now on, young Hobbs is your squire. Did you hear that, Wart?
Yes, sir. Now that'll teach you, little pipsqueak. I'm sorry, lad. I'm sorry. I spoiled everything. I know that trip to London means a great deal to you. Oh, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have talked back. Now I'm really done for. No. You're in a great spot, boy. You can't go down now. It can be only up from here. I'd like to know how. Use your head and education. Get it first. Now that'll be a great advantage. Advantage indeed. The boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic. The world is round? Man will discover this in centuries to come. Oh, you're confusing the boy. He'll be so mixed up, he'll be wearing his shoes on his head. All right, have it your way, Archimedes. You're in charge. So from now on, he's your pupil. From now on, boy, you do as I say. Yes, sir.
Arthur had learned quite a bit from Merlin and Archimedes. He realized that real power came from knowledge, wisdom, and discipline.
Soon Kay was knighted. Christmas came, and it was time to go to London. As fate may have it, Hobbs, Kay's squire, was gone down with the mumps. It was Arthur who won as Kay's squire.
Here's to victory, England for my son, Kay.
Sir, Kay, I've been knighted. Don't forget.
Of course, now, my son, her. Here's to Sir Kay, and who knows, the future king of all England.
Kay, the king, what dreadful thought. I suppose nowadays it's bras and not brains that rule.
For the crown of all England, let the tournament begin.
Well, there you have it. After the attempts of jousting, it's a tie. The knights will now proceed on with the sword fight, which will determine who goes on to the next round.
Okay, it's up to the swords.
Swords? Oh, no, Kay. What? I forgot your sword. You forgot my sword? I left it back at the inn. Why, you bungly little fool. You better get it. If I get my hands on you, I'll wring your scrawny little neck. So help me. I will. Let me in.
It's no use, bite it all back in the tournament.
Oh, what will I do?
Oh, look, boy, there's a sword.
Oh, Archimedes.
You're going to have a time pulling it out. Now, quickly, let's get back to the tournament.
Kay, here's a sword. This is not my sword.
Hold on, Kay. Wait a minute. Whosoever pulleth this sword is the sword in the stone. It can't be. But look. Hold everything. Someone's pulled a sword in the stone. Where do you get from what?
I pulled it out of an anvil which was on a stone.
That's funny. That lad's a young Samson. You're making a fool of us, boy. Now tell the truth.
But I am, sir.
Now come on, prove it. Back to the stone with you. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Let the miracle happen.
Wait a minute. Anyone can pull it once it's been pulled.
Come on, Kay, put your back into it.
I say, we let the boy try. That's what I say. Go on, son.
It is a miracle ordained by heaven, our king.
Well, by Jove, what's the lad's name?
Oh, Arthur. Oh, what? Forgive me, son.
Oh, please don't, sir.
All hail King Arthur!
All hail King Arthur! All
That was excellent. I was especially moved by Arthur's empathy for the downtrodden and how he transforms himself into the King of England through discipline and hard work.
Yes, this showed us the true power of self-discipline and how it can help us reach our full potential. Ashna, without further ado, let us introduce the next act.
Our final play for the evening is being presented by Grade 5. They will transport us into the 16th century, into Rajasthan, a western state in India. It is a land of rich cultural heritage and bright colors.
And the people of Rajasthan, the Rajputs, are famous for their fierce valor, always upholding their honor. Sure sounds like something interesting is about to unfold.
Udaipur is a beautiful city, isn't it? It was founded in 1558 by Maharana Uday Singh II of the Sisodia clan of Rajput, when he shifted his capital from the city of Chittorgarh after it was besieged by Akbar.
Did you know that the second and third decades of the 16th century were troubled times, and that the very life of young Uday Singh was in danger? And if it was not for Panna Dhai, a Rajput nursemaid...
Perhaps we should start from the very beginning. In the year 530, Bappa Raval, an ancestor of the Sisodia dynasty, founded the Medapata kingdom that was later referred by the word Mewar.
At the time of Bappa Rao's reign, Mewar's capital was Nagda. Later, Chittor, which is now referred to as Chittorgarh, became the capital.
Maharana Uday Singh shifted it to Udaipur. Presently, Maharana Mahendra Singh is the titular head of the clan.
The story of the nursemaid called Emerald, Panna, a true gem that ensured the Mewar dynasty shines on.
The Rana has been blessed with another son. Long live Uday Singh! Long live the Mewar kingdom!
few years later.
Announcing the arrival of the Rana of Mewad, Vikramaditya, son of Mahana Sangram Singh, who succeeded throne after the death of his brother, Rana Ratan Singh II.
An arrogant ruler, Vikramaditya had recently suffered defeat by Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. The noblemen in his court had lost trust in their ruler.
So what if we've been defeated by Bahadur Shah of Gujarat? We are still famous for our valor and strength. If only some of you nobles did what you're supposed to do, we would not be in this position. Useless. I don't think I need any of your help anywhere.
Chittor is no place for us. Vikramaditya is arrogant and insolent. We shall not return as long as Vikramaditya sits on the throne. I feel sorry for his mother, the queen. What will happen to the Mewat dynasty?
We are not able to talk sense into that young boy.
Panna, I'm distressed by my son's behavior. He's not learned to value the support of our nobles.
He's still young, Rani, only about 16 years old and responsible for a dynasty. You must guide him.
If only he would listen to me. But you're right, Panna. I must speak to him openly. Who knows, it might help.
Rani, Bahadur Shah of Gujarat is preparing to invade us for the second time.
I am not prepared to fight for a Rana. Why should we fight for him? Has he looked after our interest? No, I'll not raise a finger in his defense. What will the Rani think if we don't have the Rana? She will be disappointed, but it is impossible to help as well.
The future of the Mewa dynasty is our responsibility too.
Panna, my worst fears have come true. The nobles have refused to fight.
I'm sure they'll change their minds, Rani, if you appeal to them.
Panna, see that all the nobles receive the note. Chittor always has remained in the possession of the Sisodias, but now it seems the day of destruction has arrived. I'm handing over this fort to you. Preserve it if you can.
Have agreed to defend the fort with all their strength.
That is happy news. Mewar can be saved.
But they want the Rana and his brother Uday Singh to go to Bundi for their own safety.
I see. Perhaps it is a good idea to have Vikram out of the way at this crucial time. Panna, you must accompany my sons to Bundi.
You mean you'll stay here? In the thick of danger?
Yes, Panna, I'll stay here.
I can't leave you here alone.
I need you to take care of my children, Panna.
But
worry about the future of Mewar. The young Rana must be saved at all costs. Now that I have the support of the nobles, there's no need to worry, Panna. I have also sent a Rakhi to the Mughal Emperor Humayun. He will understand my message and will not fail me. So go with my blessings. Look after my sons well, Panna. I entrust the future of Mewar to your care.
I understand, Rani. I pray for your safety and for your victory.
Where's Uday?
In the garden playing with Chandan.
Yeah!
Chandan! Surrender!
I won't! Look, there's Rani. She'll protect me. Rani!
What were you up to just now? I saw you fighting.
We were only practicing, Rani, sir. We want to be prepared.
Prepare for what, Chandan?
For war with Bahadur Shah.
What a brave boy you are. I'm proud of you.
I'm ready to die for Mewar.
Both Chandan and I are going to fight Bahadur Shah.
Panna left for Bundi with Rani's sons and her own son, thinking constantly about the queen and the fate of Mewad.
A few days later, she received news that the queen was no more. She had committed Johar. The brave Rajputs fought valiantly, but they were outnumbered.
Soon, however, Bahadur Shah had to flee from Chittor as the Mughal forces were advancing.
When it was safe, the loyal Rajput nobles sent for the Rana to return to Chittor.
Rana Vikramaditya returned to the capital with his brother, Panna, and her son. He was reinstated, but all was not well.
Vikramaditya was placed under palace arrest, leaving Uday Singh as heir to the throne.
A distant cousin, Banvir, was chosen to act as his regent. Banvir wanted the throne for himself and decided to act.
Aditya is a fool. The nobles are angry with him, and no one would shed tears for him if he is killed. The only barrier between me and the throne is Uday Singh. Oh, Panna, we hunted the whole day. I am tired and hungry.
So am I, Mother. Yes, my sons. I have some food ready for both of you.
Panadai, wake up, Panadai.
What's the matter, Rajmani?
Banvir has murdered the Rana.
What? How do you know?
The messenger told me. Then I myself saw Banvir. He was waving a sword and coming this way. I'm sure he wants to harm Uday Singh.
Oh God, I must do something to prevent that. Rajmani, bring me the largest basket you can find.
I need you to take care of my children.
Ready to
I
die
trust
for
the future of
I
Mewar
am
to
ready
your
to
hand.
die for Mewar.
Uday, wake up. Wake up, my child.
What's happening?
Shh, not so loud. I've no time to explain. Come, get into this basket, son. Take him to the grove, quick. Keep Uday safe, Almighty God. The wicked Banvi should not lay his hands on him. Oh, he will be here looking for Uday.
Five more minutes, Mother. Where is Uday Singh? Tell me me where he is. No!
The Rana's safe out of the palace. Come quick. We must hurry to catch up with him. Where is your son? Oh, Panna. Oh, Panna.
No noise. We cannot give ourselves away now. Banveer must believe that Uday is dead.
I will not forgive Banveer for what he has done.
Hush. We have no time to lose today.
I'll go on now, but one day I will avenge the death of my dear friend.
Think no more of it. He died for Mewar and his sacrifice shall not be in vain. One day you will regain Chittor.
What a moving performance. Panadai is a symbol of love in its purest form. That is sacrifice even today. She gave up her own child's life to keep the promise she made to her queen.
I agree. She's a role model to us all. And what an exuberant show of traditional Rajasthani dance and music as well. I think all our performers this evening deserve a huge round of applause. Well done, PYP.
As we come to the end of this wonderful evening, we would like to extend our gratitude to all those who have been a part of this remarkable journey. Firstly, thank you parents for being a highly supportive and appreciative audience. We do hope you had an illuminating as well as enjoyable evening.
We'd like to thank all those people who were involved in the creation of this evening's expression of dance, drama, and music. Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, Miss Rachel, Miss Navita, and Miss Ansi for their constant guidance and support. A special thanks to all our great teachers who drove each aspect of this production, paying attention to every little detail.
Miss Infanta, Mr. Joseph, Miss Infanta, Mr. Joseph, and the music team for weaving together musical aspects for every story into a seamless choir performance. Miss Nalini, Miss Nalini, our drama teacher, inspires us to do our very best every day. She has a keen eye for detail and has trained us to really get into the characters we were assigned. Miss Sindhu and Miss Sharon for composing the beautiful dance arrangements from different parts of the world.
We would also like to thank our art department, Miss Indira and Miss Seema, for the spectacular props you see on stage today. Last but definitely not the least, our administration and IT departments for all the arrangements that culminated into a successful show today.
We value your feedback. Please spare a few moments to fill in the survey that will be sent to you by email. We request you all to stand up for our school song and the national anthem.